Okay, so the first thing you want to look for whenever you're graphing is you're going to look for that y-intercept. So, Peyton, whenever I look at this one, what is the y-intercept of that line? Nope. The number next to our x, which in this case is 2/3, that's going to be our slope. Okay, so the number beside your x is your slope. The other number, the constant term, that, right here, this +4, that is my y-intercept. Okay? So, we always graph our y-intercept first. It is where we cross the y-axis. So, we're going to go here on the y-axis. We're going to go up to 4. We're going to put a dot. So, you'll need to draw yourself a little axis there. And you're going to go up to 4, and you're going to put a dot. Then, from here, we're going to use our slope to graph the other point. So our slope is 2/3. Our slope is our change in y over our change in x, which is how much we go up or down over how much we go left or right. So the top number tells me to go what? 2 up or down? Up. And 3 tells me go to the right 3. And sometimes maybe you run out of room and you can't go up 2 to the right 3. You could go down 2 to the left 3 because that would fall in line with the same graph, right? And so we connect our points here. We'll have this line. When you draw a line, you need to draw your line all the way out to the edges, and you need to put arrows on either ends because the lines continue on in each direction. Yes?
So they seem to go up 2/3, like all the dots. So is this a fraction of what?
Top number tells you how much to go. Yes, you go up 2 to the right 3. Then you just keep going up 2, right 3, up 2, right 3. Then you run out of room a lot of times. It's the same thing to go down 2, left 3, down 2, left 3. Make sure if your line has a positive slope that it looks like it's increasing. If it's not, you've done something wrong. Okay? All right, questions? All right, let's do a couple more. Let's do example 2. Let's do y equals 5x minus 6. Yeah, maybe make your graph a little smaller. Do you have back? Is that yours got a back? Yeah, maybe make the graph smaller for the next ones. Okay. All right. So when I look at this, Hank, what is my y-intercept of this graph? It is going to be -6 because we want to include the minus sign with it. So -6, this is my y-intercept. So I'm going to go over here to the y-axis, and I'm going to go down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put me a dot right there. So always start with your y-intercept. Okay, Julian, what is the slope? Okay, it's just a 5. The x is not part of our slope, so it's just a 5. Uh-oh. 5 is not a fraction. And I'm supposed to do rise over run, but I got nothing on the bottom. Is it okay for me to put it over 1? 5 over 1 still equals 5, right? So if you get a whole number, just put it over 1. So from this dot, Julian, what should I do? All right, so I'll go up 5. Which way over, left or right? Right. Because this is a positive 5, so I'm going to go to the right. The right is my positive direction, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the right 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the right 1. And so I'll get these points here and draw them all. Start from the dot, and then you're counting up like up to the next line. So this would be, let me use the arrow because you can see it better. Like we would go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from that point, we got to go over to the right 1. Yeah, so you start from the dot you have for your y-intercept. Questions? All right, let me give you another one. Let's do example 3. Let's do y equals 5 minus 4 thirds x. Okay, the way this is written sometimes throws students off a little bit. So Marley, what is my y-intercept of this one? It is 5. Very good. It is the number that's by itself. That's a little tricky because usually it's not our first number. It hasn't been so far, right? But it's the one that does not have the x with it. You don't take that negative. It's a positive 5. So we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the y-axis, we would put a dot. Okay, so from here, right here is my slope. It is a negative 4 thirds. So from here, I would go down 1, 2, 3, 4. When you say over, do you mean right or left? 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Does that look like a negative slope on your line? All right, so the negative only goes with the top or the bottom. Don't put it in both places. All right, so you would go down 1, 2, 3, 4. You go right 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can keep going down 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 1, 2, 3 is going to give you this. Okay, here. Okay, questions so far? All right, let's try a few more. Example 4 is going to be y equals, let's do 6x. This one is a little tricky. What is your y-intercept? Okay. So I don't have a y-intercept that I can see from the equation, right? So I'm hearing 0 and I'm hearing 1. If I add something to the end of this, what could I add that wouldn't change it at all? So if you have $5 and I add $1 to what you've got, it changes it, right? If I add 0, it wouldn't change anything. So Jada was right here that 0 is our y-intercept. So if you're missing a y-intercept, it is 0. Okay? Passion, what would the slope of that be? It would be 6. So 6 is not a fraction. How do I make it a fraction? Okay? Passion, what would I have to do to graph that? Okay? Which direction do I go 6? Top is our rise, which is up or down. Bottom is run, which is left or right. So the 6 has to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do I do from here? Not right here. I got to go to the right 1. Okay? I could also go down 6 to the left 1 to get that line. Like that. So always top number tells you how much to go up or down. Bottom number tells you left or right. Okay? example 5. Let's do y equals negative 8 minus x. Okay, so Wade, what's my y-intercept? No. Negative 8 is my y-intercept because it is not with my x. So, so I would go down here to negative 8 and put myself a dot. Wade, what's the slope? That is a negative 1. It looks like there's nothing there, but when there's nothing there, that means there's a 1 right there. So this negative 1 would be my slope. So negative 1 is not a fraction. What should I do to it? Over 1. So, Vince, from this dot right here, what should I do? Down 1 and then to the right 1. So that would look like this. Now, I run out of room really quick right here. Alright, so I can't really graph the line very well. So I can just go in the opposite direction. Because negative 1 over 1 is the same as 1 over negative 1. So I could go up 1, left 1. Up 1, left 1. Right? And so you can get nice pretty dots to draw a nice line there. Okay, questions? Alright, does everybody feel like if
The negatives are always on the left side of the right side
if you have a negative slope, your line will always look like it's going down from left to right. So you will always look like the line's decreasing. So like here we had a negative slope, our line was decreasing. Here we had a positive slope, our line was increasing. Here, negative slope, decreasing. Here, positive slope, increasing. So, so positive slope will always be increasing, negative slope always decreasing. So you can use that to check yourself when you're graphing. If you don't have, if they don't match up, then you've probably done something wrong. Okay? All right, questions? All right, everybody feels like they can go graph some lines if I give them equations right now, right? I hope. Okay, so if you have not finished the 2 points, and I think because I do want you need a lot of practice with that, but I don't want you to spend all day on it, so I am going to adjust here. Let's see, I need to go to edit. I'm going to adjust that assignment. Instead of 15, let's do 10 on that. Okay, so you need to make sure you have finished slope from 2 points. That's what we were starting with. There were about 5 or 6 of you that had finished, but a lot of you had not finished. So you need to do slope from 2 points first. I cut it down to 10, so you've only got 10 problems. Then these two right here that are called slope from an equation y equals mx plus b and writing equations of lines. Do this one first, then do this one, but make sure you got slope from 2 points done first. Okay? We're going to see at the end of class.